COVID-19 review. The government has committed to working towards getting all nationals back home. This from National Security Minister Stuart Young at this morning's Ministry of Health virtual media briefing to update on matters related to COVID-19. According to Minister Young, all nationals will be permitted to return, but there is a process that must be followed.
All of our nationals who are not in Trinidad and Tobago that want to return, you will be permitted to return. As we've said, and as I would repeat here this morning, what we are doing is we're very carefully managing the process. And believe you me, we do understand the difficulties that each and every one of you nationals faces who are outside of Trinidad and Tobago wanting to return, as well as your families and what it is you're going through.
The minister said that there are thousands of applications for exemption from Trinidad and Tobago nationals worldwide. He says it takes time to address each application as it's being managed on a case-by-case basis.
I have nationals all over the globe, some of them now saying that they will charter their own aircraft to come in. From a fairness point of view, that can't be the test at this stage, because it can't be that someone who can charter a plane and fly in will get precedence over some others who may be having more needy cases. Each case is being dealt with on a case-by-case basis by the government, and all of our nationals will return, but return in a fashion that we've been very, very careful to point out, which is a managed fashion that is not going to overwhelm our system.
Motor Vehicles and Road Traffic Act was amended in 2017 and brought the judiciary, representatives of the Ministry of Works and Transport, the Office of the Attorney General and the Ministry of Legal Affairs, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, TT Post and other stakeholders into a collaborative working relationship to implement a new traffic system. The Demerit points system, utilized to monitor, track and improve the road behavior of drivers, was conceived and implemented as a part of this transformative traffic system. It was officially launched today, and we have Sergeants Brent Batson as well as Phillips to give us a bit of insight into it. Good afternoon, gentlemen, but I want to start off with you, Sergeant Batson, because the last time we actually spoke in a recorded manner, you were saying that there is something coming on the horizon and it would be transformative for Trinidad and Tobago. That was about 2017, if I remember correctly. How do you feel now that we have the official launch today? So I'm wondering whether or not, so apparently we have okay, he's back up. Sergeant Batson, how do you feel having the official launch today?
Right, well, we are ecstatic at the PTPS, the Commissioner is there, Deputy Commissioner Ford, we had Assistant Commissioner of Specialized Services, we had a Traffic and Highway Patrol Branch, the new Superintendent Talawan, nearly the entire Traffic and Highway Patrol Branch has been excited, to be part of this. It's historical because it brings such a wide-ranging integrated platform of technology for all law enforcement sections. I mean, I'm talking beyond TTPS. We're talking about licensing, wardens, CDA, transit police, the municipal police. All of us now share this common platform with the licensing, the traffic enforcement center, as well as the judiciary. So it's more efficient, it's more effective, and it will allow us to have much more accurate real-time data even when we're out in the field dealing with errant motorists.
Now, that's a lot of players that you just named, Sergeant Batson. Sergeant Phillips, I wonder, how does the system work?
Well, it's all automated, of course, and we have the new 620 notice device. And what the officers will do, we will go out with the device, and it should take us just like how we used to, but now on a new integrated platform that eases the burden of both the police and the driver. The driver in terms of waiting, and well, the police in terms of ease of use.
So we're seeing some footage now of you all with regard to the official launch, but how does this make the system better, Sergeant Batson? Why do we need the Demerit point system?
Right, so the Demerit point systems across the world, actually, what it's targeting is high risk, especially driving offenders in the roadway network. So you have to have an effective system that will deter that behavior. The previous fixed penalty notice system, it was literally just spinning on top in mud because there was no real consequence. People might pay their fine, they mightn't pay their fine, they'll stretch it out in the court system and even clog up the magistrate court system. And a lot of times just literally wasting time, appearing, non-appearing, sometimes asking for more time, and then not even paying when grant. So it really became burdensome, not just to the state, but as well as the police enforcement efforts. And more importantly, it stymied the efforts to trigger behavior change, which is really what you want to do. And that's what the Demerit systems across the world are designed to do. You remember, and this is why I always emphasize, if you are a law-abiding citizen, this doesn't bother you the least. This bothers people who are repeat offenders who continue to take chances on the road, endangering themselves and other people. So at last, there's a direct consequence because once you can accumulate up to 10 points, your license will now be suspended and you'll be disqualified from driving. So Trinidad and Tobagonian drivers have to decide what does that driver's permit mean to them and how much they value it. And if you value it as much as you think you do, then it's important that you obey road traffic rules.
Now, I want to ask how the points add up, but just before I ask how you go from 0 to 10, how quickly does someone get a notice or get something dropped off in the TT post and say, okay, well, you have this fine to pay. So say I do something on day X, how long does it take to get from me committing that infraction to me receiving a notice saying that, okay, I have this to pay or I have this point on my record now?
Sure. Okay. Well, Sergeant Philip has a device here, and you can just use a handheld ticketing device, right? These devices will, like I said, instantaneously trigger the well, according to if you find the offense, will issue the offense immediately to the motorist. Depending on the level or the seriousness or the risk attached to that offense, that's what's going to determine how much points attached. So a good example is that you might, if we caught you breaking the speed limits um, tonight, and you were driving 140 kilometers on the roadway, that penalty is $3,000 and 6 points. And then tomorrow, you decide to illegally use the bus route, which is 6 points. So in 2 days, you just got 12 points, and your license is now up for suspension. So you determine the outcome of the situation.
No, you said something, if an infraction is committed in the night, so that means it also works in the night.
Oh, yes. Oh, definitely. And we plan to expand its use at night and maximize its use at night too.
Have there been any new places or signs that have been erected saying, okay, well, the speed limit has changed in certain areas? And I ask that because, yes, we have people who are obeying the law, but at the same time, stay-at-home measures have had people indoors for a while and not being able to see whether or not anything has been put up during the interim. So have any new signs or limits been changed?
There's been no change in speed limits since the COVID-19 regulation. What we saw was a petition out there to change the speed limit in Kupali. And if the Ministry of Works and Transport Traffic Management branch is considering that, I mean, that's in their realm. Our job is to enforce. But no laws have changed during COVID-19. So the same signs and the same laws still apply as people come back out. And you're quite right. We're already seeing a very quick return to normalcy in regards to the level of traffic re-entering the roadways. So it's really important that persons pay attention and be alert. And of course, like I said, obey road traffic laws.
Okay, now, gentlemen, final thoughts. I want to start off with Sergeant Phillips and then go to you, Sergeant Batson. What do we use as indications of success? Is it more people obeying the law? Is it less accidents? What do we use and say, okay, well, this is working? Sergeant Phillips?
Well, you said it both there. That's what we label as success. We want people to obey the law. We want people to stay within the limit of the speeding. We don't want you speeding on the nation's road because most times that leads to road fatalities, and we want that to be, we want to get it to zero. So that is what success looks to us. We also would hope that there's a lot of compliance
I'm not
based
sure
on
what
some
that...
piping.
Okay, and Sergeant Batson? Okay, so apparently the connection is slowing up, but we thank you very much, gentlemen. Sergeants Phillips and Batson talking about the launch of the Demerit system. So you got, it works in the night. Within 2 days, you can have your license suspended depending on the points that you accumulate, because different offenses will have different weights to them. So please look out for that and do the right thing. But moving on into other news in this COVID review, the French government on Wednesday cancelled a decree allowing hospital doctors to administer hydroxychloroquine as a treatment to patients suffering severe forms of COVID-19, the illness caused by the new coronavirus. The move, which takes immediate effect, is the first by a country since the World Health Organization said on Monday it was pausing a large trial of the malaria drug on COVID-19 patients due to safety concerns. The cancellation of the decree, which in effect means the drug is now banned for such use, was announced in the government's official bulletin and confirmed by a statement by the Health Ministry. It did not refer to the WHO suspension. France decided at the end of March to allow the use of hydroxychloroquine, which, in addition to malaria, is approved for treating lupus and rheumatoid arthritis in specific situations, and in hospitals only for treating COVID-19 patients. And that's what's trending on COVID-19. Remember, you can join us for live coverage on TTT, Talk City 91.1 FM, Sweet 100.1 FM, as well as on Facebook at TTT Live Online for all your COVID-19 updates. Thank you for joining us. On behalf of the TTT crew, I'm Dike Rostant.